cognitive decline.
One of the biggest side effects that I see in my patients that get these hormone treatments could be cognitive changes. So you have to kind of balance that. People can also get issues with fatigue and weight loss. But when he has stuff in his bones, he's also at higher risk for fractures. So it is a very sensitive conversation.
Dr. Siegel says it's highly unlikely Biden didn't already know he had cancer, and it's time to come clean.
I think it should be public at exactly when this was diagnosed. Brian, we were talking last week about one of the cognitive issues diagnosed. I want to know when this was found exactly. I want to know why. I want to know exactly when this was found.
Trump's former White House doctor, Ronnie Jackson, who treated Biden when he was VP, says Biden's doctor was distracted. Quote, care at the White House should be second to none. Unbelievable this was missed. But the truth is, his physician was more concerned about assisting with the political cover-up than providing world-class medical care. Dr. Kevin O'Connor has some explaining to do. He's not just your average doctor. He was involved in the Biden family business. Biden brought him in because he trusted him and knew he could keep secrets.
How's the president's health? It is? Are you going to come to the briefing room to address us? Probably not. Could that change before the end of this term? And how is his mental cognition?
We need answers from Dr. O'Connor. What did he know and when did he know it? You can't miss a cancer diagnosis and cognitive decline and then go into hiding. Something's going on here.
Well, the right time to have this conversation is now or at some point in the future. We really do need to be honest about whether the former president was capable of doing the job. This is not child's play, and we can pray for good health, but also recognize that if you're not in good enough health to do the job, you shouldn't be doing the job.
Americans need to trust that the president's healthy.
It's very sad, actually. I'm surprised that it wasn't, public wasn't notified a long time ago, because to get to stage 9, that's a long time. The other thing is you have to say, why did it take so long? I mean, this takes a long time. It can take years to get to this level of danger. So it's a very, very sad situation.
O'Connor is no longer at the White House, and Trump feels fit as a fiddle.
White House doctors may have missed the early stages of his prostate cancer. So is President Trump worried about the quality of care that presidents get here?
Not as far as President Trump is concerned. The White House physician we have here is phenomenal, and the team of physicians that take care of the president, particularly at Walter Reed Medical Center, are great. The president had his physical recently, as you know. He had perfect results. He doesn't stop. He doesn't quit. He's in great health, and he trusts his physicians.
This cancer bomb hit us right as the Biden books were coming out and the Her tapes were released. Democrat Dean Phillips thinks it's all a part of the cover-up. Quote, I don't think it's coincidental that this was announced this week. It's hard to comport otherwise. And right on cue, Axelrod says we can't investigate Biden anymore because he has cancer.
There's been a lot of discussion about it. His medical condition now, his announced medical condition now, do you believe that silences or delays a lot of conversations about his, last year and a half of his presidency for now?
Yeah, well, I think those conversations are going to happen, but they should be more muted and set aside for now as he's struggling through this.
Hakeem doubled down.
Seems to me entirely inappropriate that at this moment in time, when President Biden is dealing with a serious and aggressive form of cancer, there are Republicans who are peddling conspiracy theories and want us to look backward at a time when they actually are taking health care away from the American people. No, as House Democrats, we're going to look forward.
They called it a conspiracy theory when we wondered about Biden's brain, and we were right. And now they're calling it conspiracy theory when we're wondering about his cancer. No, you can still feel sympathy for the man and still demand the truth. Jake Tapper can't be happy. He was paid a lot of money to go on CNN and say Joe was fit. Now he's getting paid even more to say Joe is sick. and he's making his coworkers say sorry.
Before we get out here and start trying to tell people why they should like us, we need to look in the mirror, reorganize ourselves, get bad people and bad ideas out of the way, and then we'll be able to come forward in the midterm. But right now, we need to apologize to the American people that we were part of something that wasn't on the up and up.
They can say they're sorry, but did it really mean it? These are the same guys who trotted Jimmy Carter out for a photo op while he was on life support, just so they could say he voted for Kamala. Dianne Feinstein was basically on her deathbed, and Democrats were telling her how to vote. If Biden hadn't bombed the debate, they'd still be saying he's healthy as an ox. Clyburn said it just this weekend.
Do you think that Joe Biden really would have been able to perform as president all the way through January 2029 when he would be 86?
Yes, I thought that back then. I still think that.
If it were up to them, Democrats would have dragged Biden across the finish line, thrown him in a wheelchair, and 6 months later announced he had cancer. And Kamala would have been president. And they would have said, oops, we missed it. My bad. If that was their plan, it may have worked if Biden hadn't screwed up the debate. Joe Biden was probably walking around the White House with deadly prostate cancer. His memory was shot, his brain befuddled, and he was napping all day. He's freezing up on stage, and he was calling his national security advisor, Jake Sullivan, Steve. And they said he was fit to serve. And Trump was incapacitated. They said he'd be fit for a straitjacket because he wanted to listen to music at a rally, remember? Now, after Republicans passed this big, beautiful bill, they need to impanel a joint committee, hold hearings, and subpoena the insiders and doctors who orchestrated the biggest cover-up in modern American history.